All right, so what kind of things do people in the UK get the cops called on them for?
Having a knife.
Being stabbed.
Loud
All,
noises.
those sound like pretty valid reasons. Today we're going to be exploring what people in California get the cops called on them for. We're going to be looking at the, I think it's called the Crime Blotter. Yeah, it's when the newspaper just puts out every reason the cops were called that week. We might as well start with calls relating to animals.
Hell yeah.
Belmont, August 9th. An officer assisted a person who lost a bearded dragon on the tennis court.
Why were you bringing your bearded dragon to a game of tennis?
How did you lose a lizard on a flat surface?
See, everyone brought theirs because they needed practice partners and you just couldn't figure out which one was his.
They were playing doubles?
A squirrel was reported to be stationed outside a door and blocking a fearful resident's exit.
Sorry, man, you can't leave. Belmont, July 13th. A male human reported seeing a male coyote at the intersection. Seemed confused. Which one of them was confused? The coyote or the male human?
Excuse me, police, there's a male human at the intersection.
2 males wearing headlamps were reported to be putting ducklings into bags. Or it might have been eggs.
An officer was called to escort a duck from a stall.
2 men were selling my ducklings.
Or my egg, I wasn't sure.
I'm not sure which. That's it for animals. Now we're on to burglary.
Redwood City, September 20th. A resident reported a can of peanuts was taken by a burglar.
It was that goddamn squirrel
Yeah,
that had candy trapped inside last week.
Redwood City, Feb 18. A 13-year-old boy told police a man hit him and took his library card.
This was a carefully calculated heist.
They banned me from the library.
I'll fucking show them. Looks like this is long overdue.
Belmont, November 21st. A bicyclist who took off with 2 stolen salads was last seen near Mr. Pickles.
Is that a landmark, Mr. Pickles?
There's that an associate.
You
Sounds
got the goods? Yeah, 2 seasons.
Millbrae, May 27th. A person reported losing an iPhone 6 charger and a pair of earrings. Estimated loss was $7,200. It had sequins on it. It had rhinestones.
Berlin game, March 4. Men's workout pants were stolen. Estimated loss was $4,000. What
They
the
had
fuck?
my iPhone 6 charger in the pocket.
So he's stolen the charger, and then someone's stolen his pants from him.
Yeah, I like that they don't specify if it was like, I came back to my gym locker and my pants were gone, or a dude just got his pants ripped off. I just dipped.
Redwood City, July 25th. A man in the alcohol aisle of a store asked an employee for tips on stealing without getting caught.
Just asking for a friend.
So, I could just put this in my pocket right now, but like, if you were me, what would you do?
Redwood City, October 7th. A man who hadn't been wearing his glasses said he thought the person who entered the room at 2 a.m. and took his phone was his son. It was not.
Dun dun dun.
Shock and horror.
I'm just picturing like, son, is that you? Yeah, Dad.
Vermont, February 19th. A resident assumed the commotion downstairs was caused by a family member. It was a burglar.
All right, we're on to customer service.
Burlingame, July 25th. Aggressive kids were selling lemonade.
You
Why
want
am I
some fucking
lemonade?
lemonade?
Hey, bitch! Hey! Oi! Just catcalling like moms pushing strollers. Hey, yo, bitch!
Lemonade, love.
Redwood City, November 14th. A customer called police to report bad eyebrow service.
He was very surprised.
Oh, fuck. Belmont, February 10th. The wife of a business owner told police a man outside was asking to be taken to the land of enchantment.
How dare he?
I wonder how that conversation went. Like, there's just a man outside, like, talking to a woman, and he asks, I would like to go to the land of enchantment, and then the wife just calls the police, like, straight away.
He's still just shouting right outside the window.
I want to meet Mr. Tumnus.
Now we'll move on to neighbors. Burlingham, July 16th. A resident complained about a neighbor blowing a duck horn. The police informed him that it was a crow.
Who's blowing a crow?
Burlingham, July 2nd, 7:22 p.m. Murchison Drive. A person who had been waiting for a pizza to be delivered told police that when the driver arrived, a neighbour took the pizza. An officer responded and determined that the neighbour had also ordered pizza. July 2nd, 8:03 p.m. Murchison Drive. A person reported being upset that he had wrongly been accused of pizza theft.
Redwood City, February 6th. A 911 caller reported a marijuana
Whoa!
No.
You can't say
That might be what that is to the rest of the world.
911.
911. Unless there's a goddamn backslash. Respect the backslash. Never forget the backslash.
Redwood City, February 6th. A 911 caller reported a marijuana smell coming from underneath her sink. Also, there was a scuff mark on her apartment wall.
She meant to call up like a maintenance man.
Well, ma'am, you shouldn't keep weed under the sink.
Your wall's a bit scuffed.
Redwood City, April 17th. A female police. Wait. Redwood City, April 17th. A female told police that someone had thrown some type of smelly air through her door.
There's just a guy fucking like waving it in through her door.
No, there's just a guy cupping his farts and it's just like the case of some type of smelly air.
Redwood City, December 28th, 2014. A resident who wished no further contact told police a neighbour may be baking feces in the oven.
Jesus.
I mean, how else are you gonna prepare it?
You gotta kill the bacteria.
Yeah.
My man's baking his feces. Get that in a frying pan if you know what's good for you.
We're on to traffic now. Traffic violations.
Oh, hell yeah.
Woodside, May 10th. A driver struck a redwood tree in a private driveway, pulled forward and struck a parked vehicle, backed up and struck a second vehicle, tried again and struck a third vehicle, then pulled forward and struck the first vehicle in a second time. She was arrested for driving on the influence.
It's like they tried to keep it vague by saying a driver, and then they were like, then the fucking stupid bitch backed up into the same car. Then she drove into the first car again.
San Mateo, January 30th. A carjacker ordered a female out of her car at gunpoint, but was unable to maneuver her vehicle out of the tight parking place. He gave up and left.
Standing there watching him try to get out.
Yeah, she's waiting right next to the car like, do you want me to pull it out
Yeah.
before you? It's like, no, I got it. All right, I got this.
Foster City, June 1st. A female slumped over the steering wheel of a vehicle in a parking lot, was determined to be tired.
Hello, it's the police. You are tired.
Belmont, June 10th. A woman was reported to be driving with her left foot on the driver's side window while using both hands to text.
Wait, what?
That's impressive.
What was the right foot doing? That's the only question I have.
Driving.
Everything else. Sunnyvale, January 29th. A man angry about how another person was driving threw a bowling ball through the rear window of the other person's vehicle, retrieved it, and threw it through the driver's side.
he just throws it through and goes, oh, hold up, mate. Do you mind unlocking your back door?
Excuse me, can I get my bowling ball back? Tricked you, boom!
Atherton, January 21st. A person who reported a large moving van parked on the street was advised that it was associated with a resident on the street who was moving. Well.
Campbell, March 1st. A male was struck with a pizza box during an argument.
Redwood City, October 28th. A female seeking police intervention after her boyfriend hit her with a banana. Redwood City, October 28th. Female seeking police intervention after her boyfriend hit her with a banana and took her car. Changed her mind mid-sentence when he returned with her vehicle.
So was she on the phone?
Wait,
Yeah,
sorry.
he's a white male, 5'11", driving a silver Oh no, it's okay. He's back. Don't worry about it.
And he's got
Right
another
here.
banana!
He's got a whole bunch!
Belmont, Jan 23rd. A male was seen carrying a dumbbell and a samurai sword, and talking to himself. Atherton, November 23rd. A samurai sword was turned in for destruction.
That post actually is a perfect segue into the last portion of the video. So that a little lesson on Atherton, California. The median house price, over $7 million.
Oh, they were the ones with the large moving van.
And it's so bad, they got their own separate article on this news website.
Police assisted a man who stepped out onto a balcony and had the door closed behind him.
A person sitting in a vehicle outside a residence was waiting for a friend who lives there.
A man was reported to be sitting down and talking to himself. Police made contact and confirmed he was using a cell phone.
Imagine a full SWAT team just going for it.
A resident worried that a noisy hawk in a tree was in distress. When authorities arrived, the hawk was quiet and enjoying its dinner.
He had his knife and fork and napkin. 4 or 5 juveniles were reported to be running around at Selby Lane School and involved in horseplay on a summer afternoon.
Can't believe it. He was a straight-A student. Now he's involved in horseplay.
It's a gateway activity to roughhousing.
A pedestrian was reported after midnight wearing black pants and a white dress shirt. How fucking dare he?
A man was reported to be lying on the ground, possibly writing.
Police responding to reports of a suspicious person hollering ho 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 on Christmas Eve encountered a man in a Santa costume who makes a habit of going up and down the street greeting his neighbours every year.
It's obviously Santa Claus.
A person seen walking at midday for 2 days in a row was contacted and determined to be using lunch breaks to get some exercise.
A person reported a man tried to hide his face, then turned and walked away.
I mean, that's a good way of hiding it.
How long have I been ugly?
Don't look at me!
Police assisted an Atherton man in a San Francisco bar who forgot where he was and called 911.
Fruit has been disappearing from a tree.
What? Give it back!
Loud birds were reported. Police responded and settled the situation. Get out of here, birds!
A resident reported 2 people came to the door seeking someone who spoke French.
Damn Frenchies.
We have to move.
Hello, does anyone here speak French? I'm calling the fucking police.
A banana, chocolate, and whipping cream were found on a vehicle.
A male truck driver wearing gloves reportedly made a U-turn and then stared at a person.
It was Luigi.
A family reported being followed by a duck who resides on Tuscaloosa Avenue.
A resident reported a large light in the sky. It was the moon.
I refuse to believe it.
No, turn those lights off.
Have you seen the one where they're going, "Say it ain't so, I will not go. No, shut those lights off. Carry me home."
It's just good to hang with the boys, you know.
Yeah,
It's not about recording
my
the content.
friends! You guys are my only friends! How much longer? How much longer can I make this video? Woo! How much longer can I make this video?
And I got some super fans like Rooming for the Win, Alex Sealy Small Cat, Eggplant Production Chain, and Cinderon, Domosaurus Rex, Michelle Adu, Emily Fly High, Will Durney, Marcus Rutledge, Medic Red, Max Hossman, Spooky Dulcet, and Johann Brockstedt, Anna Davis, Northup here, Michael James, Matta Jacka, Tim on Upright, being a pain in my ass. Scarlet's are Brodacious, Air Hunter, Peter Yost, Luke Held, Connor Allen McKee, Fierce Deity Links, Parker L. Reed, Sam Morse, Ebony Zio, Forget the Boy, Luke Bob Maple, Norrickson, Becca Moreno, J.W. Delicious, Mr. Mose and Casey, K-Sue, Casey for me and K-Sue for you. What? But I love the super mega fans. Garrett Saunders, Ivan, Akash Pillai, Christian Yates, The Ox King, Tiffany Carey, Monteroo, Duncan Skinner, Megalodont, Larkin, Amir Jawad, Chloe Schlenk, Shut Up and Take My Money, Head Pats, Jake Thompson, Sean Joseph, Nolan Patterson, Ryan Hill, Ayrton Salentino, Jesse Detro, Fluid McCree, Joseph Hill, Screw You, Mr. Mose, Lazarus, Wissam Safi, Tyler Bonnell, Miles McMahon, Fable, and Spencer Torres. Disciples, schmishiples, I gotta go eat a sandwich. Ethan Johnson, Dual Nature, Donald J. Mumps, Satan, Chris Hendry, Sneak Shadow, Professor Paul, August S. Freitag, and frickin' Ziza. Oh, life can be so hard sometimes, you got to find a way. Everybody knows that it just got to go today. Everybody's got to find a way to find it out. But if you can't find that way, you got to find it out. You got to find it down today. You got to find a way. You got to find today. It's all about the way. And it's all got to put that.